Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with the Iron Crafters Challenge as well as Follow Sketch February for day 21. And Follow Sketch is this sketch here. It doesn't have a name on it. This was selected by Sandy with who is State Goddess here on YouTube or Scrapping Reflections. And these are the pictures I'm going to document. I am actually going to stretch the sketch and do a two-page layout. And Ironcrafter's challenge for this month is to use your oldest paper. This is not my oldest, but it's from 2008, so it is pretty darn old. I'm using some of the oldest stash I have, though. Some of the stuff I've had in my collection for, I don't know, quite a while. Unfortunately, I don't use those shapes, and those shapes are from 1992. Y'all, I ain't even kidding. Like, they're old. But some of those other things are also pretty old. So it's pretty surprising that I'm going to get them on here. And I actually am okay with it all at the end. So I got my papers, my embellishments. I have my pictures and this really cool sketch that I'm going to double up on. So let's see how this goes. So I picked yellow as my background because I wanted this star paper to be my big mat. And I apologize, you're not going to see the sketch on here for very long because doing the 2-pagers, it's hard to put the sketch up here because you can't see part of what I'm working on. So I may put it in the bottom. I haven't done it yet. I may put it in the bottom because it's not going to hide as much. So I am laying my papers down to where they are going to be even on either side. So one's going to be a right-sided, one is my left side, and one's going to have red as pretty much the paper mat, and the other will have blue. And so on the sketch, that doesn't really show that the pictures are matted at all, but I like having a little differential here. So I decided to go with doing blue on one side and red on the other, but then the little strips, I'm going to flip-flop. So I'm going to have blue on the red side and red on the blue side. So I get those down. I try and lay them down pretty evenly with each other. They are going to be separated in a bound book, not a bound book, a binder, a 3-ring binder. So there will be a gap between them, so it won't matter if they're a smidge off. I mean, obviously I want to try and get it close as I can, but so I'm putting away all my scraps that I don't need because I've used up 2 full sheets of paper, obviously, and then quite a bit of the red, blue, and then that star paper. I had to use 2 of those because I ended up making it, I think, 7.5 inches. So obviously I can get 2 7.5 inch by 12 inch out of a 12 by 12. So I'm going to put these pictures down without officially matting them, but I do leave a little strip of that blue border peeking out on the top and bottom, and then I'll do the same with the red. The pictures go over a little, so this must not be a full 12 by 12 layout. And then one of the papers in here has these squares that I love, and I decided I don't really have any big embellishments that I pulled to go with this collection. So in the sketch, there is like this big flower or circle with a flower in it. I decided I'm going to use these squares and just tilt them. And then I found these little cutout things from a little box that I have from a retreat I went to. And so I just used those to kind of add a little something. And then I'm going to use those as my cluster builders. So I'm going to add things into those 2 spaces, but then also in other places. Now, normally I do stick pretty closely to the triangle effect. And I was going to put a 3rd triangle or square on here, but I don't. And I actually add and make my own little clusters in different places. And there's really more than 3 on each of these pages. I kind of just put stuff where I want it, you know? And in the end, I like the way the layout looks, so I'm good with that. The theme for this, first of all, this is my daughter's and her boyfriend's baby name reveal party. So we didn't do a gender reveal, we did a baby name reveal. They had a name for the boy, they had a name for the girl, and instead of doing the pinks and blues and all that good jam, we did a rainbow, which of course is like my favorite thing. I'm sure most of you know that. And we decorated in all the colors, and then I made the name because I got to know if it was going to be Apollo or Olivia. And so then we did like a Wheel of Fortune almost for people to pick letters. So I had everybody picked a number, and then the numbers went in a little bucket, and then my friends called out the numbers, and whoever's number was called got to pick a letter, kind of like Hangman. And if the letter was on the board, then I would put it up there. But my daughter and her boyfriend, who are the only other people who knew the name options, were in the other room and couldn't see. So I think they really knew it was going to be Apollo over Olivia, but they weren't positive. So I was positive. So anyway, I wanted to use rainbow colors on this layout to go with the theme. Plus, I'm wearing a rainbow dress. My daughter's wearing my rainbow shirt, and of course, the decorations and stuff and the sign are all in rainbow colors. So I wanted to use all that, but I also wanted to accent with black and of course the white in the background paper. So I did pull my Lucky One Little One by Photo Play out, and I got this B is for Baby, so it's gonna be my title. But then I also have a couple other little black embellishments or wordy bits, and then also a bunch of black and gold from one of the or two of the Happy Planner collection. So like Seize the Day, High Five, Happy Place, things like that. Those all came from a Happy Planner. And I love this one that says, because when you, hold on, I got to get this closer. I'm old, y'all. Because when you stop and look around, this life is pretty amazing. I thought that was pretty fitting because this was like our family had all come together, and some of my friends, and then of course, a big group of my friends, the Babs that you all probably heard about, came by, and then one of my friends, Mary from work. So there were like all these people that were there, and those are the people that you're going to see in this picture. So like my aunt and uncle, my cousin, my friend Mary, and then me and my daughter, and then the Babs and my daughter. And so, or some of the Babs at least. There are other pictures from this day, but I needed 2 more layouts to make the book evened out. So I went ahead, and instead of putting this on one page, these 4 pictures, I decided I would stretch the sketch and do all 4 of them on 2 layouts. So I'm just like adding things everywhere. Like I said, I didn't do like the whole 3 cluster thing. I just put whatever I wanted to put on the layout. I put it all on these little acetate pieces, and then just found a place for them, and then ended it by putting these 2 little rainbows in there, and I was done. I am going to go in and journal on that little to-do with a little small journal note, because there is some journaling on the other layout that goes with this. So that'll be fun, and I'll have more details about like the game and things that we played. But I wanted to have at least a little space for some journaling on here, and I will journal later. I need to figure out what I want to write. But here's the close-ups. I hope you'll go check out everybody who is hopping along with Iron Crafters Challenge. I would love to see how other people are using their oldest paper and see what those oldest papers look like, and see if they've got papers that I have. I am sure that some of my papers are from the 1900s, y'all. And yes, that makes me sound old. It's fine. Also, go check out everybody on the playlist for Fall Sketch February. That's all month long. There are sketches. You can go check those out on the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That'll be linked below as well. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layouts. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for hanging out and scrapping with me today. Hope you come back and see me again really soon. Hope you have a great day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping!